And for this reason, we get attacked viciously. Up until this week, and frankly for the entire duration of Project Veritas' existence, Project Veritas has never lost a lawsuit. Not once. Including, we have sued the New York Times for defamation, and we're winning in New York. That's in New York State Court. So fast forward this week, this is a sketch artist. This was actually on Wednesday of this week, right behind me. What you're looking at here are 9 jurors sitting in a federal courtroom. That's my attorney with the red tie, and that's me sitting all the way to the right. They still require masks in federal courtrooms in Washington, D.C. And I'm sitting in this case. Now, what is this case about? I want to tell you briefly about it, because it's really interesting. In 2016, we exposed these Democratic operatives working in and around the Hillary campaign. They were saying horrible things. A group named Democracy Partners, Bob Creamer, his colleague Scott Fogle, Aaron Black, were saying that they agitate at Trump rallies, that they send people in to get beat up, and they don't want anybody to know that this is something that is paid for directly by the Democratic National Committee. In fact, they told us, their words, not mine, there's a double blind that exists. There's a secret way to funnel the money into this group that goes to do all this fomenting at these rallies, and we caught all this on hidden camera. Project Veritas did our jobs. We went in there and we recorded it. I think I have a clip here, some mainstream media covering this from 2016, and then I'll tell you what happened then.
Of trouble and provoking violence at Trump rallies. The video comes from Project Veritas.
I know nothing about this. I'm not, I can't deal with every one of his conspiracy theories, but I hope you all have something to eat and something to drink on the way back to New York. Thank you.
Some of the things you'll hear on the tape are certainly hard to ignore. Enough we're learning for one person to be fired so far, another to resign. A lot of questions being asked about the recording.
Nobody's really supposed to know about me. So the Chicago protest, when they shut all that was us. It was more him than me, but none of this is supposed to come back to us because we want it coming from people. We don't want it to come from the party.
No, I'm saying, we have mentally ill people we pay to do shit. Make no mistake. Over the last 20 years, I've paid off a few homeless guys to do some crazy stuff, and I've also taken them for dinner, and I've also made sure they had our towels.
We were contacted directly with the DNC
Yeah.
I am contracted to him, but I answer to the head of special events for the DNC, and the head of the special events and political for the campaign.
The campaign pays DNC pays Democracy Partners pays the Fogle Group goes and executes the shit on the ground.
In the end, it was the candidate, Hillary Clinton, the future president of the United States, who wanted ducks on the ground. If I got people to get ducks on the ground.
So it's
Don't repeat that to anybody. Said this guy. You heard what they just said. It was horrible. It was unethical, if not illegal. He was saying that it was then candidate Secretary Clinton's idea to do all this, to put ducks on the ground. And then these other guys who worked for that man were saying that they were doing these unethical things. Again, I didn't put words in their mouth. But what happens in our country when you do expose them, well, we got sued. Now, we didn't get sued for defamation. That is to say, they didn't sue us because we were lying about what you just saw. They didn't sue us under some theory of false light, like I was misportraying them. No, get this. They actually sued me for breach of a fiduciary duty. These operatives working in and around the DNC argued to a judge that I have a fiduciary, my undercover person, had a duty, an obligation, a duty of care to the news subjects they were reporting on. And if that sounds ridiculous, well, yeah, we're going to talk about this. They also sued me for the breach of fiduciary duty and wiretapping, even though DC is a one-party consent state to record, and they sued me for something called misrepresentation. Misrepresentation. which is interesting because all investigative reporters have to misrepresent themselves to a degree to get the truth, because in order to get to the truth to the people, we have to dig deep. Because if we just take what people tell us at face value, they'll often lie to us. And then we give those lies to the news consumer. This is not new. You all read about Upton Sinclair, right? In high school, he misrepresented himself when he went to the jungle. Last time people did this sort of thing was ABC News. As I was driving here through North Carolina, I noticed you guys in Virginia have Food Lion grocery stores. There was a famous undercover investigation there where news reporters went in there to record what was happening. Or you had Seymour Hersh, regardless of your politics, he misrepresented himself. Or Mike Wallace, you all remember him, tick, 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 the 60 Minutes guy. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. The only time I ever see actual investigative reporting is in the people like you, private citizens. Or in toy stores, what would you do? So clearly this is an investigative journalism that used to happen. So I say, by the way, we don't settle lawsuits at Project Veritas. We go all the way.